Alright, hi guys, hello, meet everybody. It's MicheleMarieDalene. It is November 5th, 2017. It is 10:09 Eastern Standard Time. Remember, you were supposed to set the clock back an hour on Sunday at 2 a.m. It is now 10:09 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Or 11:09 Eastern Daylight Time. Today we're going to talk about Asperger's, and I keep trying to start this, and then I keep screwing up, and then I end up keeping retakes. So hopefully I can get this done within a reasonable period of time. One of the things about people with Asperger's is we have a couple problems, and some of the biggest ones has to do with how we interact with people. Now, I don't know why this is, but if you ever look at a typical Aspie, especially the men, the women got problems too. Some have more than others. They're socially very awkward. They don't quite get it. Women can be quite successfully as the chameleons and mimicking the emotions of others. Males can do it too. I just don't know why that is. But when you get into the situation, we can become extremely excitable. And last night was an example of when I got really excited and I said some things that some took a lot of offense to. Unfortunately, when it comes to social cues, many Aspies are, unfortunately, in the dark. We don't mean to be that way. We just are, I guess. We are smart. We are very capable of vocalizing and communicating our feelings in an abstract way. I may not always be able to show my feelings. It's either all or nothing. So last night I was really excited, and clearly, maybe my excitement was a little bit too strong, and I already mentioned that last night's vlog, or update. I'm not going to go through that again. But what I wanted to get to is talk about the loneliness aspect of Asperger's, because it seems to be that no one really talks much about it. The truth is, majority of Aspies want to have friends. We do. We want to have friends. We dream of it. We dream of being part of a clique. We dream of being socially part of a group. But what happens is so much excessive stimuli and emotional baggage that we pick up on it from the other people, that we tend to get a little bit overwhelmed, and then we withdraw. And so when we withdraw from within ourselves, then we start getting lonely. I mean, for a little while we don't mind it, right? No, well, for me, I don't mind it a little bit for a while, but then again, there's always a part of me that says, oh, gee, I'd like to have a deeper bond with another separate person. Me and Lummy have a bond, yes, but unfortunately, she's kind of not here right now. I don't know why that is, but sometimes she isn't here. I can kind of tell, because I can sense, let's put it this way, I did the equivalent of spiritually knocking on her door, and she didn't answer. So I don't know what she wants to go do, if she's planning something or whatever, but she's not there right now. So, of course, I try to find other friends to hang out with, and then it seems like sometimes either we have friends that Aspie has friends that they cling to, almost like a lamprey. In other words, they clamp onto them and they just don't let them go, or we're too loose, and then the friends slip through our fingers, and and we don't really know how to necessarily build a strong bond with these people. I try hard to do the right thing, and I mess up in so many ways. And it's unfortunately, it also reflects my day-to-day living. And the fact is that I can't even make enough friends on a regular basis to help me do these YouTube videos. So I have to do everything by myself, which kind of sucks, because I really know that a lot of you have said to me is that you wish I had a co-anchor in the videos. And I've been wanting to look for that too the whole time. Unfortunately, I'm just not having much luck finding that person. I don't know where she is or he is. And I try to... I'm trying so hard to reach out to the public to share, but then I screw up and they alienate people. Okay, so there's you got the Aspie aspect of it. Unfortunately, is just like I did last night's video. Two or at least one subscriber disappeared because of last night's video. It seems, which is a shame because I don't really mean to upset my viewers, just like I would not mean to upset my friends. But sometimes I say things that upset people, and then they don't know how to cope, and then they walk away and say, you know, like you said last night, I'm a nut job, and I'm crazy, and I'm this evil person, and that I'm a monster. Well, you didn't say that, but I think you kind of implied it, as I'm a monster. And I'm an antisocial, underdeveloped twat. You didn't say that either, but I feel that's like what some of you have said last night. And it is very hurtful because it's not what you said that hurts. It's the things that were not said. Or at least I seem to perceive you have said. If that makes any sense, it's like if I focus so hard on doing a good video, and then I look at all those dislikes over and over again, day after day after day after day after day, and I keep asking myself over and again, what the heck am I supposed to do to get people to like my videos? I mean, what am I doing wrong? Okay, I asked some of you answered the question, which helped a little bit, now I have an idea. But then, I still feel like I'm not getting it. I don't know why. It just, I don't know if people really understand. I know some people do not understand Asperger's. It doesn't mean that they don't want to. It just means that probably because of lack of familiarity with it, they just don't understand it. Asperger's is a pervasive developmental disorder. Okay? I don't know what its code is in the DSM-5, but you can look it up. It's under autistic spectrum now. They combined it with autistic. It's high-functioning autistic spectrum disorder in the DSM-5. And there's a lot of traits for Asperger's. And if you look at my playlist, you'll see I have a whole section on Asperger's. In other words, I have given you enough testimony from a variety of sources that you can look up Asperger's and assemble your own little package of what it means from a variety of people. And unfortunately, some people that did understand Asperger's last night were the ones that were taken aback by last night's video. And I'm sorry for that. I did not mean to upset you guys. I was really trying so hard to fit in with the new scene, and trying to fit in socially. There's another aspect to that, which is the social level. I'm trying to find out what is it going to take to get to decrease the dislikes and increase the likes in my videos. It seems like the regular formula isn't working. So I wanted to try something a little bit out of normal character, which didn't work either. So what am I supposed to do to increase the likes and decrease the dislikes? I know that sounds so petty, and I'm sorry, but it really upsets me because I work my tail off on these things every day, every hour of the day. I mean, from the day I get up to the day to the time I get dressed, to the time I go to the soup kitchen, to the time I eat, to the time I go to sleep, I'm always thinking, what can I do? What can I do to improve my videos? What can I do to decrease the dislikes? What can I do to increase my subscriber base? What can I do to make people want to share my videos with their friends? What can I do to make people understand that part of me is so frustrated because I don't know what I'm doing wrong. That's what makes it worse when you have Asperger's. Well, one of the people that says an injured mind is, one of the problems with Aspie is we think too much. We think until a point it drives us literally out of our tree. And that's no joke, it's true. But I really would like to find some closure to the questions I keep asking. If I could just find out, what am I doing wrong? What in the heck am I doing wrong? That's what I want to know. I mean, I so much want to make, more people happy enough to want to watch and share and subscribe to my channel. I want people to feel comfortable. I want people to be willing to sit down at least for about 15-20 minutes a day and watch the video. I know that most of the people out there on YouTube don't have the time or the patience. I try to make them short, and I still can't increase the viewership. I try to come up with fun titles, and I still can't increase the viewership. I try to come up with better tags, and I still can't increase the viewership. It's like I'm doomed from the start to never, ever go through to beyond the 202 subscriber ceiling. And now I have to get back those 6 subscribers to go back to 202. And I'm not sure how. 203, I think. I mean, oh yeah. And wait. 7 subscribers. 203. 203. No, wait. Oh, yeah. I'm at 195. Okay, so to get to 2, I need to get to 7 to get to 202. Alright, so I gotta get back 7 subscribers so I can get back to 202. My goal was I wanted to try to hit 250 in the month of December. And I think that's a goal that we can do. But unfortunately, I don't know if it's really going to happen because I keep screwing up somewhere and I can't figure out where I keep screwing up. It's not that people don't like the news pieces. It's not that people don't like the live streams on the weekends. They do, because I've seen the viewership. It's much higher on the weekends than live streams in the last few viewership peaks for this last few months. It's always been on the weekends that when they ask us anything or when we ask the questions of me and Lummy, it's that our live streams do great. But it's during the week that we seem to be running into this problem is, well, gee, how can we get people to want to interact? That's the key piece. If I can get you guys to interact, that'd be great. If I can get you guys to share your views. I'm not necessarily saying I always agree with everybody. I try really hard to at least look at it from both sides. Doesn't mean I'm going to always succeed, guys. Sorry. I gotta try, but doesn't mean it's going to happen. I mean, I'm 49 years old. I got many years under my belt, but the problem is that, and I got many lifetimes too. But right now, I feel really kind of alone. Right now. I haven't talked to Lumi for at least 2 days. I have no idea where she is. All I know is she's not here. Okay? Now, some of you might say, oh, that's too bad. No, it is too bad. It's really sad because you don't really understand. It's like coming home and walking into a spiritual mausoleum. It's like, wait a minute. I asked you a question yesterday, remember? Oh yeah, you were here. You were not. Sorry about that. Yeah, I asked Michelle, I said, we're watching another Asperger's video last night, and one of the things that the psychiatrist asked an Aspie boy is, can you describe your loneliness? And I paused the video, I said, Michelle, can you describe your loneliness? And she did. Would you explain the answer? When I get lonely, I feel like, okay, I had this dream, so you understand this, you can understand, it's a very visual dream, okay? I was in this big, giant, cavernous room, okay? It would be considered the Snow Queen's paradise in a sense. Large, cold, dark. The only thing being on is one gas light in the corner, and there was a fireplace, but there was no fire in the fireplace. And there was a door out to the courtyard, but the door to the courtyard was barred. I couldn't open the door to the courtyard. And the only thing I could do was just sit there and stare out the window and go, I want to go outside, but I can't get outside because I don't have a key to the door, so I can go sit in the courtyard and see all the pretty flowers and hear the birds singing in the trees. I just couldn't. I just felt like I was stuck in this almost like purgatory. That is what my loneliness can feel like at times, and it's strong and it's powerful. And then in the dream, Lumi came down through a secret passageway, and she said, "Why don't you come on upstairs with me? There's a special place. A couple friends are having a party. You might want to go. Ed's there, hanging out with, other people." And so I went upstairs. We took the special elevator that could go up or could go sideways. In this case, it was going up very fast. And then we get into this big party. It was a big shindig. There was a football game going on TV. Ed was sitting there nursing his Natty Daddy beer. Or was it still reserve? I think it was still reserve, but go on. Anyway, so he was sitting over there watching the football game, and looked kind of sad, actually. And Lumi, of course, was at this point in the dream was a physically separate person, and she said, "Ed, I got Michelle's here." And Ed, of course, turned around and he looked at me and he smiled. He said, "Where the heck were you?" I said, I don't know how to describe where I was. Just to say that it was pretty sad and lonely and dark, cold and miserable, we said, but I was getting really noisy upstairs, and then I said to Lumi, I said, "Can I go back downstairs again for a while, because I only can handle so much social interaction before I need to duck out of here." And so I went back downstairs for a while, for a few hours, because I was upstairs for like 2 or 3 hours. I'm terrible at parties for the same reason. I do not do good when I go out with social environments like parties, because I just feel terrible in a party situation. I just would rather be elsewhere, if that makes any sense. So anyway, I guess that's probably the hardest thing to explain to what we call neurologically typical or people, which is why some of us just do not like parties, do not like excessive overstimulation and interaction, and we're more comfortable doing our own things, even though it makes us lonely. It's like trying to pick between be by ourselves and be lonely, or be around everybody else, and all of a sudden our anxiety and our stress levels go through the roof. And it's not easy. Not for me, and it certainly isn't any easier for my comrades out there who suffer the same condition. But when you put two Aspies in the same room, those two Aspies, 95% of the time, maybe 85, depending on I'm going to just say, but anywhere from 75 to 95% of the time, they'll do just great. They will interact with each other in small groups. They can talk to each other. They understand each other. They understand what each other's feeling. We can speak to each other. It's like we're almost like our own little clique. It's not something that the neurologically typical people understand. We want to be able to have a social interaction, but a lot of this, especially small talk among the neurologically typical people, it just doesn't mesh with us. I'm not into the kind of person that says, "Good day, did you hear about so and so dying? And did you hear about this? Somebody finally got their weight down, and that so and such, is getting married next week and all that." I'm not into that. Really, normally I can tolerate some of that, but when it comes to sitting there and just idle chatter, it's just like, excuse me, I got better things to do. And I don't mean to be rude when I say that. It's just that I tend to like to be doing things I like, and social interaction at that kind of level is just not me. That's one of the reasons why the live streams are really important, because the live streams is when I actually do build up enough resolve to say, okay, I'm going to interact with my people today. I'm going to sit there and I'm going to answer the questions. I'm going to sit there for 2 to 3, 4 hours a week. I'm going to share my personal deep thoughts and emotions with you. And that's what I do. I love what I do as a North American Snuck Queen, and I think you kind of figured that out. But I don't really talk much about my personal background. And I mean, I did when I first started out in this channel years ago, but then again, I didn't really have too many subscribers back then. So if you ever watched the 2011 videos, you would learn that. I think I really have kind of didn't really do much better now in 2017 in a way that I did in 2011. In fact, in some ways, I feel like I actually backslid. Because in 2011, I was more outward talking about how I was feeling and the things that were bothering me in a way that people with Aspies could understand, and some neurological typical people could understand. But unfortunately, on the 2017, it's like I'm sitting there and I'm talking about news stories, and the biggest news story I want to tell you, I can't, because I don't know how to tell you. What's the biggest news story? Newsflash! I don't know what I'm doing wrong with my channel. I don't know what I'm doing wrong, why I'm losing subscribers, why I can't really grow, because I don't know, and I'm lost, and I'm confused, and why I got so many dislikes, and why I can't get more likes, and why is my like score going down, and what am I supposed to do? I know the views go up with the live streams, Sundays with Michelle and Lomi. That's great, we do great with that, but I'm talking about the other days of the week, the other 6 days. What can I do to get the views up then? That's the question. And ladies and gentlemen, this is where I need your help. Okay? Don't hold it against me because I'm trying to tell you something I feel. I love you all. I love you all in ways that you can never understand. But I just don't know what I'm doing wrong. I have no clue. Honestly, I don't know. If I knew, I wouldn't be sitting there saying, I don't know, because I would have been able to answer that. You would think when a person with an IQ of mine, 183 plus, you would think I would be sitting there going, oh, I figured it out. Okay, I'm doing this wrong. I'm doing that wrong. But for some reason, my brain keeps blowing a fuse. Every time I try to figure out, why am I getting all these dislikes? Why can't I get the likes up? Why are people unsubscribing to the channel? What am I doing wrong? This is where I need you guys to have a little bit of, help me out here a little bit. And also have a little patience too. I'll get this. I will get it right. But you guys have to help me get it right. Okay? I know it's running a lot longer than a normal vlog does. I'm going to call this a vlog, but it's really a B-cast. But okay. Anyway, so for now, I'm going to let you go. I'll see you tonight at 6 p.m. If you have any questions, of course, about this video, bring it here. Of course, you can ask them tonight at 6 as well. Okay. Oh, as far as the Rover show, I don't know. I haven't heard back from him yet. He's the program director is going to ask him what we can do, because he originally offered me an airplane ticket, and I said no, I don't fly. So he's going to have to ask Rover if he would be willing to maybe work out and give me an Amtrak ticket instead, for that reason, because I don't fly. But that's a whole other anxiety issue. Right now, I think I got enough on your plate for you to think about and maybe help me with. Alright, so thanks for watching this, guys. Stay safe. Bye-bye.